wanted to say hi.
Hey, Biku.
Hello.
Hi, Biku.
Oh,
Hi,
head pats
Biku.
for the doggo. Head pats for the doggo.
What's his
Cute,
name?
cute, cute, cute,
What
cute.
a cutie! Oh my god, what a
Biku.
cutie!
Anyway, enough attention to the dog.
Okay,
Anyway,
cool.
See, this is.
okay, I'll take to the next section. Is that
Hmm.
Yes.
a few moments earlier that like Tomogno threw a question that how do you imagine that like the sound, the voice of the characters, like. So I have this like theory, not theory, not my theory. Someone else's, obviously, and psychologist theory is that when we read something, we go into a trance, which is kind of a self hypnosis. Let's not go into the details; it will take a long session. So over there, when we most of the time, why it happens is like purposefully the writer or author, whatever whoever it is, put forth a character, uh, describes a character, but leave some characteristics blank. So where we imagine, we identify ourselves to those characters, like we play those roles unconsciously. Like, okay, so my question is that uh, do you think like the mangas and the animes that you watch, do you think you identify yourself to those to some extent?
I
With the
completely
characters, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it happens for everyone. Well, that
Hmm.
they identify with a certain character. For me, I obviously do identify with certain parts of a character, and many characters. I wish I. I mean, sometimes I wish I could be like one character, but sometimes I completely identify. Oh yes, that characters. That would totally be me in that scenario.
That's a very common meme, right? You finish a series or a book and you just pretend to be the protagonist for the next 2 days.
Yeah, like in case, like it's totally
Just like
it
me.
varies from person to person, right? Totally do not relate to any other character when I read a manga or I watch an anime. Like
Okay.
when I read a manga or watch an anime, I totally do not
Mhm.
relate myself to a particular character. Like I don't relate myself to Naruto or Shikamaru or anyone else. I think that I'm like watching or reading like someone else's story. Like I'm interested in that person. I totally do not think that whether we match or not, whether we think alike or not. I totally do not go there. But when I finish that manga or anime, like they said, like it's a meme that we
Yeah,
totally try to
Riju,
act like that.
I have this question. Whatever what you said is like, then aren't you identifying yourself as the author?
As the author.
May not be. It might be like the guy whom no, it may be or may not be. Like I might be the guy whom the author is saying the story to.
Oh,
I might be the audience, like the author. Someone is saying the story, right? Someone is like watching Naruto grow up, and someone is saying the story. I might be the guy who's listening to the story. I'm no one in that anime. I'm no one in that. I'm not the mangaka. I'm not writing the story. I'm not like imagining the story. I'm not the one who is being portrayed in the story. I am just
mhm.
a mere watcher. I'm just a mere viewer. I'm just an audience. I don't like personify the other characters as me, or I do not relate to them.
Okay. Anyone else?
Like
Like if you cannot relate to a character, then how can you like that anime if there is nothing in common, like
like
how the character thinks or how the character is or their
I
age group or whatever.
it's like I do not relate to that character. Like certain characters that I like them because they amuse me. They amuse me the way of thinking. Like they thought something out of the box. That's something that one person normally wouldn't do. They did something crazy. They did something like totally out of the world. They didn't do anything at all. Like some situation you will see a guy
So,
sitting
but
around
you
a
connect to the character because you see some kind of similarity, like they are of your age or
yeah,
they
but I
kind
do
of,
not.
yeah, something similarity
Okay,
is
okay,
required for you to connect to a character.
okay.
Nah, there
Here's
was
Yeah.
exactly difference. Like the
Yes,
question was like
Ron.
whether we totally act like that character, we totally relate that some part of the character is similar to me, but it's not the case for me. I really do not see it like that.
Okay, so
I
Riju, here's something
yeah.
I want to say. Like you said, you cannot relate to any character because you think of yourself as an audience and you just watch them because they amuse you, and that's
Yeah.
all right. But if that's the case, then you should be able to relate to some characters, because there are many anime villains who are just like, oh yeah, humans, they just amuse me, that's why I just watch them. So
That's
there are
interesting point of view.
characters in
I never
anime,
thought
so
it like that.
you
I never
have
saw
to
it like
relate to
that.
them.
That's interesting. It may be. It may be that I may relate to the character. It's I don't know. Like it may happen. Like sometimes
But
your
Riju, is
friends.
it
Yeah. Hello.
Did you
Hello.
see?
is
I think.
is the manga?
What?
Repeat your question. It got hanged.
Oh, yeah. Is it same? Is Riju experiences the same thing when he's watching a movie or a book, which has,
Yeah. Like
which is not related to
I
anime?
think Shinjude is getting hacked.
right. I get what she's saying. She's saying like whether it happens to, and again, if I
I
watching
like
a
what Ronnie said. Like Changes is getting hanged.
yeah, video got paused for a bit. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it
Yeah,
happens to
What?
like currently I'm watching House, like
Oh,
the TV series House, right?
nice.
So I do not think that I am Foreman. I do not think that I am acting like Cameron. I do not think I'm acting like House. I do not think I'm acting like Cuddy. I do not think I'm acting like uh, House himself or Chase or Dr. Wilson. Yeah, some like I like those characters. It's not like I do not like Cameron because she is always about like hypocritical moral things. I'm sorry, like if I'm
a
totally
cat.
going out of the thing.
There's a
Yeah, yeah.
cat too.
But I do not relate to them. Like I like them. It's a different thing. Like I do not make friends that yeah we are both similar. I make friends because I like them. It's simply I just
Yeah,
like them.
the series now, the house, like the main character, Dr. House, is more
Yeah,
rational, and Cameron is more human. Like
yeah. He's
that's
more
what.
like
Like
he has more human side than Cameron
reject
does.
all your humanity and just like I don't care about anything, then you become Dr. House. So that's how
No,
it is.
I'm not
That's
rejecting my
rational.
humanity or I'm not rejecting anything. At that moment, when I read or when I watch that, I do not think about anything else. You guys are not getting what I'm saying. I do not
Yeah,
think about
I
anything
get.
else. Like I just watch that I or read that. I don't go look
I
for
mean,
the whether I
I'm getting
No,
what
relate.
it's,
I'm getting what you mean, but that comes back to what I was saying. Like, there would be some characters you would relate to, because I've seen many characters like, oh, humans just amuse me.
No, no,
That's why I
it's
just
fine. People
watch.
like people might not relate to a character, but you can still enjoy the series, the
Yes.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
think
want.
yeah, I
Can
think
I
there
ask
should be some
something?
kind of connection.
Yeah, yeah.
It may be that they can do what I cannot do, or it may be that like
Yeah.
it may be that something like that.
Yeah, that's why people like Isekai that much, because Isekai is like a escape from everything. Like I hate this world. This the best better world that I can have my own harem. I can have this magical power. I can do whatever random BS
Wish
I
I
want to
could.
do. Yeah, I have this sword. I have the firepower. Yeah, that
I
is.
have the
And
curse
in the
sword.
recent ones, yeah, recent the degenerate Isekai ones, you can do whatever. Not man, even my God. Yeah,
It all started with hentais.
yeah. Oof. It
anyone
all
else?
start like
Anyone else have any viewpoint regarding this? The question I asked.
I to always relate to the characters. Be it anime or anything.
I mean,
Always.
in case of like,
I wish I could be like that. I wish I could be force sensitive like Darth
uh,
Vader. I always think.
uh,
Yes, Tamogno
I,
wants to
I
say
would like to
something.
add
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
like in case of like historical animes, like which like in case of like I don't know much people have watched like Hakuoki or not. Like I was like very much attracted towards Hakuoki and Rurouni Kenshin. So for this, like I would say like I used to relate myself like one of the characters in the series, like as like I at some point of time it may sound weird, but I used to feel that what if in case of like Shinshin Gumi of like Hakuoki, what like I would have taken those decisions like at that point of how would the Shinshin Gumi existed for a longer period of time, or like I mean, would the characters had not meet their ends at that in that way, the way actually they did? That's what I used to feel like while watching the historical anime, basically. But not to Naruto or like uh, other recent animes, but for historical animes, I do had this feeling. Yeah.
Okay.
And my question to Sujata. By the way, guys, Sujata
Yeah.
is a psychologist, and
Oh,
and Yeah, what Riju said, that he cannot relate to the characters. I mean, he's just observing. He's just
Mm-hmm.
somebody's narrating a story, and he's just observing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's normal, right? I mean, that's like
Yeah.
it's a form of escape. So, are we
Mm-hmm.
crazy that we all relate to characters and like behave like them? Are we
No, no
crazy?
way, no way. No way. As you say, like reading books, watching anime, these are a form of escapism. We need to de-stress, you see. Like it can
Yeah.
be a very action-packed anime or very action-packed manga, which if anyone else sees, then might think that it will stress you out a bit. But to you, it might be very relaxing because, as I've already said, that it's said that books and some anything when we are like giving some attention to something to mysteriously we unconsciously we self hypnotize ourselves, like we cannot focus on anything else. That doesn't mean that we are taking in every point and every loophole in the story, whatever we are reading or seeing, but that's how. And it's kind of actually very common in books, with books and animation, is like sometimes we I said identify with the character, like how they look, how they dress, or sometimes we not want to be character want that character, like in particular, like we want some kind of powers or something, not like that, but somewhere we have this, humans do have this thing that uh, some sort of extra character personality that will solve our problems.
So it's
So
like an escape.
yes, in an escape, we always try to imagine, like wish if I had this kind of power, or at least if not a power like a supernatural anime or supernatural manga, suppose a normal uh, day-to-day life kind of a manga or day-to-day life kind of a anime, you say, uh, we might think that if this person was present in our life, it would be very relaxing to some extent. Okay, or to relaxing in the means it will solve some of our problem. So we kind of get
I mean,
involved into it.
I mean, are you suggesting that too much of it, like too much of imagining, oh, if this person was in my life, if I could be like this, is it problematic? Is it damaging to our
No, no, no.
okay?
It will be only damaging if you continue it with for 3 months and it affects your regular functioning. So if it's not, then you're fine with it. Imagine anyway, anyhow, anything. Otherwise, we wouldn't be human beings actually. So that's the thing. And the thing is, I wanted to say, since I'm talking about this like identification, do you think this the way the characters are styled, like hair, dress, uh, whether they carry a weapon or not, whatever the weapon of choice, whether it's book, school bag, or a sword, or even elastic body, kind of affects your choice of watching those anime
Um, Clothes,
or manga.
clothes. I don't think I'm very affected. I mean, I'm interested by the kind of clothes they wear, but I don't think it
Mm-hmm.
affects like if I'm going to watch it or not. I mean, it hasn't yet. I cannot say that. I mean, the art style does sometimes. Like I sometimes just delay watching or reading something just because of the art style, because I
Mm-hmm.
just find the art style is a bit weird. I might like the story when I read or watch it later on, but the art style still puts me off sometimes. But clothes, I don't think for me it generally affects me that much. I mean, I'm just interested and like or dislike clothes, but it doesn't affect whether or not I watch or read something. For me,
I think clothes and appearances make a difference because like a lot of culture, like Japanese culture, has adapted to anime yes clothes like and appearance. Like a lot of
Yeah.
Japanese, they uh, they like wear this kind of clothes. Like there is a fashion, Lolita fashion, that was mostly because of anime. Like anime had a lot of Lolita girls, and from there they have this goth fashion, and that's how the Japanese audience got to know about the fashion more. Like it was a different movement, but anime escalated it, in my opinion, along with a lot of other movements like other gyaru or stuff like that. Uh, People dyed their hair because of anime. Like right now in the Western culture, a lot of people dye their hair blue, green, whatever shades. No, but that is fine because that's anime characters. They have seen their hair as blue or pink or whatever color there is. So that's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
okay.
And
Like
So,
cosplayers, they like to cosplay. So if they don't like the dress, then why would they cosplay to begin with?
I mean, yeah, that's my point.
okay.
I mean, I can like or dislike something. Like I like some costumes really well, but I don't think it affects whether or not I will watch or read a story based on that. I mean, the
yeah,
art style does, like the character
like
designs can affect, but clothes, I don't think.
like in anime, like you know the meme, right? The guys with the normal hairs they will die. The guys with the funky hairs they will live. Like
Yes.
Yeah,
it's totally
yeah, the
about
mother
like
hairstyle.
generalizing. Yeah, it's totally about generalizing that these guys are the main characters. They have some vibrant colors. They have some like darker colors, but the world is vibrant. Like they have something different. So like and in normal world, like anime is totally about being different. What we call the so-called normal world, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are like we need to make it different, so like people will escape from the reality they are facing, right, or the problems they are facing, and go into an anime and they can relax a bit. So they need to do something that is not so normal, so-called normal in our world. So you see Naruto wearing a orange tracksuit and running everywhere. If someone does that, it wouldn't be like not it won't be odd, I'm saying, like that. And people can cosplay, obviously people can choose, it's their choice, they can wear orange clothes, but it won't be the normal thing that you don't see people wearing that vibrant
But
thing
it
I
every
mean,
would
day.
I mean that
stand out. Yeah.
that was
Like
Kishimoto's original plan. Like ninjas, they won't just wear something so vibrant and
they
run
won't hide
around.
in
They would
darkness, they will
wear
go
purple
they
or
will
black
vibrant,
or
yeah.
something like that. And he decided,
Eh,
no, Naruto is supposed to be
also
this
also
vibrant
about
character.
clothing,
Yep.
like in India, you've seen like how in the like the 70s or 60s, like you can see your grandparents or parents, like they are wearing some clothes the particular hero weared in the particular movie. You can see people doing Salman Khan hairstyles. You can people see doing Hani Singh hairstyles. You can see people doing Amitabh Bachchan hairstyles and the mannerism. Like they want to be something different like that. So yeah, like in anime world may or may not like influence the fashion in our like reality.
So did it influence any one of you in your fashion choice?
Yeah, well, I bought a Naruto jacket last year. Not last, yeah,
Hmm.
last year. And then I thought, hey, I can just do a cosplay, and I bought the rest of the gear, the wig and tracksuits, and I cosplayed for the first time last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like,
good.
I
That's
started
good.
growing my hair because of anime, like, because long hair is cool for some reason.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Long hair is always cool for some reason.
Yeah,
Adriana?
Yeah,
I started
good.
dyeing my hair when I was 14, and my mother would not stop yelling, and that's all because of anime.
Yeah, I want to dye
I
my
tried to do
hair.
anime hairstyle as well.
I
Like
really
even I
want to
tried to do
dye
anime
my
hairstyle.
hair, but
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would also like to dye my hair, but my mother would kill me, like literally kill me.
uh, I mean, there's this
Yeah, yeah,
problem with people.
I can say from my own experience, like before watching anime, I had a different kind of a style sense, but after watching anime, I have a completely, but
Yeah.
obviously I'm not doing in a very like a grandeur like a anime character or a manga character. I won't be doing a spike with my this hair. But yes, I carry myself. I do carry myself. I do carry my fashion in a different way. Did
Yeah,
it happen within
yeah, I
Like
can
yeah,
everyone?
get it. It is affected my
It
previously I
does.
used to wear clothes that will make me look good on something, like they will stand out. make you stand out. But
Hmm.
after watching some anime, like their characters, like they do not care about the fashion, or they wear lousy
Hmm.
jackets, they just wear shirt and jeans, they go out. And like even I do that thing, and it may be like after I started watching anime. I don't know.
Okay.
Like it was like at the time I found the change that I do not care about the fashion. I just put on a shirt, I put on a pant, and I go out.
Well, for me, it affected me like differently. Like back when I did during the Japan Utsav last year when I did the Naruto
Hmm.
cosplay, I was like, after the event, I was like, okay, so I need to change. I'm feeling too lazy and everything, so I decided, yeah, I'll walk through Kolkata in cosplay.
And and,
I
and
That
what
was a
was the
fun
literally
experience.
walked.
experience like?
I
What was the
literally walked
experience
through
like?
Kolkata in my cosplay.
Oh, good,
And
good,
did
good. So it.
anything happen? Anything significant happen with you?
Nothing. I mean, I didn't have the wig on because wigs get uncomfortable after a while. But yeah, the rest of it was on, and yeah, nothing serious. Like,
Yeah. Okay. That's nice.
So is Shampoo there? Is he there?
Oh, hi. No, I wasn't
Yeah.
talking because everyone was like pretty engrossed in their own discussions, so I didn't want it to
Yeah.
cut
So
anything
we are
short.
talking about cosplay,
Hmm.
your favorite
Oh,
thing. So I'm
oh,
very
yes,
curious.
nice.
So I'm very curious about the cosplay scene in India. What is it like?
Hmm. So cosplay scene. Okay, so cosplay scene started around 2013, like properly in India. Not in Kolkata, I'd say. It started more like outside Kolkata, and as far as I know, there was this one cosplayer only. I don't know like how many of you know them, like Akanksha Sachin.
yeah, I know.
She was the one who
Yeah, yeah,
used
yeah.
to only do cosplay in Kolkata, the only one.
Okay.
And around 2017 end that December, I still remember the date because that was the time when I actually started cosplaying. Also, is it was 26 December 2016 is when all of this started happening. Me
It
and
was the Kolkata Comic Carnival.
no no no
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
no
Kolkata
yeah,
Comic Festival.
KCC
Yeah,
was
KCC
there.
was.
KCC was the point where all the cosplayers like met. I was in there personally because well, moral reasons I don't want to get into it. And I started around 26 December, me and this friend of mine, and then I met the whole community, and we realized that there can be a community in Kolkata because, to be honest, event wise and cosplay wise, we are still like lagging behind a lot. It has gotten better, of course, like a lot many casuals and a lot many more
When you say we, are you talking about Kolkata or India?
Kolkata in general. Like
Okay.
India, I can say this with confidence. Indian cosplay level right now is on par with the international, and I know for a fact that Kolkata also has that kind of that kind of a crowd who can
Potential.
like give that one is to one whole, that one is to one v one thing with the Indian cosplay community if we get the chance, that is.
Right.
So we started it around 26 December 2017. Like five of us came together. We realized that we can make this whole group where we can help out the newbies and the old ones, quote unquote old ones, including me. Like we can do our stuff. I personally don't do that much of cosplay nowadays. I am what I like to call myself as a seasonal cosplayer. So what a seasonal cosplayer is, my cosplay time frame is from September to December. I will never do a cosplay outside of that time frame because that is when all the events happen. Be
Okay.
it Comic Con, be it Japan Utsav, be it like XYZ event in Kolkata. I don't know. I don't see anything happening this year, but yeah. So I start that is how I started. Like I took interest while randomly searching up on how to make Wolverine claws, and well, I stumbled upon this whole other thing like, oh shit, I can actually cosplay as Dante. I haven't cosplayed as Dante yet because Fupa, beautiful big Fupa, so can't do that. But yeah, I have done cosplays. That is how it all started.
Okay,
Like
so
Yeah,
five.
you got
that is how
introduced to cosplay through.
I actually got to know about Shopwood because I was also I didn't I
Hmm,
also went to the Japan Utsav when I saw this guy. I did not know what the character was. I'm very new to anime, and
hmm.
I saw this guy with really cool anime, some sorry cosplay, and you
Nice,
played.
good, that's good. Hmm,
Tokoyami.
Yeah,
He did
yeah,
Tokoyami.
Tokoyami. You
hmm, hmm,
cosplayed as Tokoyami,
hmm, hmm.
and yeah, I've been snooping into your all of your profile. I'm a bit of a stalker that way.
It's
And
so
there's
good.
one. And there's one funny incident I got to know from Shonko's Facebook that you went to some event in Delhi, and I don't know what were you cosplaying as.
Ah, yes,
I
that
think
one. That is,
Ran Vijay came to you and said, "Nice
yeah, that
dark
is,
costume."
yeah, that is a
So
bit,
you
yeah. So
actually go to other cities for such events.
yeah, it
How does
kind of
that?
depends. It kind of depends. A lot of things actually come into factor for that. First thing first, I need to know whether I can afford visiting that like that city or not, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I can go to Bangalore if I want. I can go to Delhi if I want, solely because I don't have to pay for my accommodation at all.
Yeah.
At all, because Bangalore, I have my friends. I can like crash at their home for like 3 4 days, and I always do this thing. If I'm going for events, I will reach one day before the event. I will attend both the days of the event, which is Saturday and Sunday. That is a weekday, and I will try to leave the city by Monday latest, because I don't like to like roam around and all those things. Like if I'm going for an event, I'm going for an event, pretty
Right.
much. Okay, give me a
Okay.
minute. I'll just get back. Or give me a minute.
Okay, so I have a
Okay.
question. How many of
Huh.
us here are cosplayers?
Hi there. Hello.
Yes, Adriana. Adriana has raised her hand. So, Adriana, what's your experience like as a cosplayer?
So I used to cosplay like way back when, like he was talking about 2013 and such,
Yeah.
and the community was super super positive back then, probably because it was new. Everyone was
Oh
very supportive
yes.
of each other, and
Oh
now it's
yes. Also that. I didn't bring that thing up, and I don't want to bring that thing up because it will open up a can of worms. So yeah, no, let's not. Let's
Yeah,
not.
Adriana.
yeah. So back the like even I don't want to talk about the drama because it's not up to me. Like people who were involved there, it's up to them. But back then it was very positive, and there's a lot of good talent coming up right now. Kids from the northeast are always like winning the competitions and doing such amazing things, so that's nice to see.
Right.
That's it. Uh, I have this thing, cosplay, like it doesn't depend, you usually don't play by the rules. Like if it's a male character, a boy needs to dress up, or it's a female character, the other way. So anyone can dress up in any way, right? Any character of their preference. So can I? It's just a question I was thinking. Like, is the anime or manga fashion that that's portrayed are genderless?
Sorry, I
If
didn't
and
get you.
if
Mm,
are you all aware of genderless fashion?
Fashion is always genderless.
Uh huh.
yeah.
Fashion
I
is
mean,
supposed to be genderless.
I agree with.
Yes, Anindita. If you can go on.
Yeah, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, right now in 21st century, everybody is talking about how we all can wear whatever we want, and cosplay has given it, I mean, a bit more effect. Like so many people cross dress, and it
Mm-hmm.
has become more normalized now because of a lot of things. I won't go there.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you said normalized. Though does anime culture, this anime and manga culture, does that enables this normalization?
Yes, I would think
Yeah,
so.
because like I personally feel so many people actually, um, uh, I mean, when there are characters like Orochimaru, you don't know. Uh, I mean, you can't really understand what to call him or her. I mean, that kind of influences you now that you can consider a person as a person, not and just don't impose any gender on that person. And
Mm-hmm.
like there's, I mean, in Japan only few days ago, there was this guy. This meme is going on about a guy who was a famous female cosplayer, but
Mm-hmm.
we found out that he's actually, it's a male. And if you have heard of Cardcaptor Sakura, Clamp in general,
Mm-hmm.
Clamp is always destroying gender boundaries. Like there's this character called Yukiko.
Mm-hmm.
and he is the human form of a character called UA. UA is actually genderless, and it is more shown in the manga, expressed in the manga. He was supposed to, fall in love with Sakura, but he ends up with Sakura's brother. And in that case, he should have taken the form of a woman, but he remained as a man. And even in case of there's a manga called Usotsuki Lily. It is
Mm-hmm.
all about, cross dressing. The male protagonist loves to cross dress, and in the beginning, we always have this kind of hunch that he will end up changing for his love, who does not cosplay. But in the end, what happens is the female protagonist accepts the male protagonist as however he is. And even the female protagonist ends up cross dressing. And this Oran Gakuen Oran High School Host Club, the
Mm-hmm.
female protagonist cross dresses. So, anime has been, influencing this kind of idea that that fashion is genderless, that humans are humans only. They are not male or female from birth, and they can be whatever they want.
So, can we conclude that, no, not conclude, I won't say, assume that this kind of portrayal of such characters ha- did did it? I mean, I want to ask the question also. Did it influence you guys to watch anime and continue watching it?
It did to me. Like, I used to role play Misaki Ayuzawa, and
Mm-hmm.
well, she influenced me a lot. In my university, people are more used to calling me Misaki, and when I consider myself as Misaki, I find myself to be more myself than how I am as Anandita. I can be myself more as Misaki. And it's all thanks to that anime called Kaichiro Maid-sama, I feel.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone?
On a
Like,
related,
Yeah,
sorry.
Ronnie.
Nothing to add here extra.
there's nothing to add here. She already told what like
Yeah,
most of
that's
us
true.
actually think. Like
Yeah,
I do, but
everything
to
is
your
covered.
question, like you said, like whether we still watch because there are characters like this exist in anime world. Like yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
makes the character more funny, and it's like trying to send us a message like we should normalize people on the way they look or the gender they choose. So yeah, it's good, and she already said that. So there's nothing new to add.
Okay. Anything? Anyone else?
Yeah, I wanted to say something specific to cosplay and not
Yeah, yeah.
specific to anime. How Harajuku culture, how it came
Mm-hmm.
up originally in the 80s or 70s or something. It was
Yeah.
There was this recent Tumblr post that went viral that Harajuku culture was originally the punk culture of Japan, and you kind of see that in things like. They don't just rebel against gender norms. They also do things like recently there's this thing that's come up called Yume Kawaii, which brings
Mm-hmm.
attention to mental illness and
Mm-hmm.
presents mental illness as an aesthetic cute thing, so as to raise awareness about it. So cosplay has always been a medium for uh, bringing up things that are taboo, bringing it to public awareness, and rebelling against traditional cultural norms. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of a really positive aspect of the scene, and that's why the scene also gets a lot of flack in Japan, because like Japan is a very conformist culture.
Yes. Uh-huh. Anyone?
Okay, so we are almost at the end of our discussion. But
Yeah,
I'll,
actually.